Welcome to the Man Cave Podcast with Dan Kasper.
No JC in the EC here this morning. He was busy covering a lot of local sports over the weekend with playoffs and such. So I'll do the best that I can to kind of break this all down here for you. So let's begin with state volleyball. This past weekend, congrats goes to Eau Claire Regis securing a championship. Rib Lake getting a championship too. Shout out to the eastern portion of Taylor County for Rib Lake, but Barron falling short from capturing another title. But again, congrats goes to every team that participated or was able to get to the championship, to state. Congrats to every team that got to state, and congrats goes to the teams that were able to bring back some hardware. And it was Regis and Rib Lake securing some state championships for their schools. And then football. We begin with 8-player football. We get a rematch from the regular season. Gilman is advancing to the state championship game in 8-player football. They're going to be taking on McDonell Central Catholic, Chippewa Falls. So rematch from the regular season where Gilman got the victory, but now they're playing for all the marbles. State championship this weekend for 8-player football. And got Chippewa County versus Taylor County for this one. Not too far from each other, representing central Wisconsin. For 11-player football, what a game between Regis and Mondovi. It lived up to its billing. Mondovi getting the advantage in this one. They were able to pick up that victory and knock out Regis from the postseason. So Mondovi, Edgar, what a fantastic Division 6 game. Winner will advance to state, where they will either take on Darlington or Manitowoc Lutheran. That's for Division 6. Division 1, here are your matchups. It's the Final Four in each division. Waunakee versus Arrowhead, Muskego versus Bayport. Division 2, River Falls is alive. They're still alive. They're going to be taking on Notre Dame after Notre Dame defeated Rice Lake. Saw some Packers people watching that game. You had players, and even I saw on social media some players were there watching that game, and Mike McCarthy was in attendance for that game. So, but Notre Dame knocking out Rice Lake, so it sets up River Falls versus Notre Dame. The other Division 2 game is West De Pere versus Homestead. Division 3, we've got Grafton taking on Catholic Memorial, Reedsburg versus Whitefish Bay. Division 4, Baldwin Woodville still alive. Moving on, they're taking on Winneconne in Division 4. Columbus versus Little Chute. Division 5, Northwestern versus Stratford. Mayville taking on Lake Country Lutheran. Already mentioned the Division 6, but again, it's Mondovi versus Edgar. Darlington versus Manitowoc Lutheran. Division 7, Cochrane Fountain City taking on Lourdes Academy. And then Potosi, Cassville taking on Kenosha St. Joseph Catholic for Division 7. So it's the Final Four for each division for 11-player football. From the Blue Gold side, also girls basketball starts practice today for high school. So we're getting there. But from the college side of things, basketball's already tipped off. Blue Gold women holding the tournament at Sonoteg this weekend. They split, going 1-1, just falling to Ripon College. But the men's team, they got off to a 2-0 start. They took down St. Norbert on Friday. Then they defeated Carleton College yesterday. So Blue Gold men's basketball off to a 2-0 start. All right. Men's hockey for the Blue Golds also picking up a 2-0 victory against Bethel back on the 8th. And then women's hockey picking up a 3-2 victory against St. Olaf on Saturday. Football, they fell to Whitewater 51-10. Men's soccer picking up a win against Stevens Point 1-0 on Saturday to capture the WIAC championship. So they're back into the national tournament 4th straight year. And then going back to Friday, both the men's and women's team for Blue Golds dropped their games on Friday nights, but they bounced back Saturday and picked up the win. Also on Friday, Blue Gold volleyball falling to Oshkosh in that highly anticipated matchup, 3-1 to wrap up the WIAC regular season. But now we get the WIAC semis, WIAC tournaments. It's going to begin on Thursday for the Blue Gold's WIAC semifinals. TBD on who they're going to be going up against. The WIAC championship will be this Saturday. And then you got the national tournament after that. UW-Stout fallen just a bit short in football. Their comeback bid fell just a bit short to Platteville, a 24-23 loss for the UW-Stout football team. So just close. That would have been a nice big win for Stout going up against Platteville. That would have been a big time win for them. So we only got is it one more week? Yeah, one more week left? 2 more weeks left? 1 more week left of the regular season, I believe. But other Blue Gold notes for men's hockey, or men's basketball, where are we at? Women's basketball, defeated Lakeland University back on the 9th. They fell to Ripon College on Saturday. So picking up a win yesterday, falling on Saturday. Men's hockey, they also lost to St. Mary's University in Minnesota. Back on Saturday, too, men's basketball versus Oak Hills Christian College. They picked up an 89-48 win for Stout. And then for the men's hockey team, they picked up a 3-2 victory on Saturday against Hamlin University in overtime. So, and looking ahead to their schedule coming up here, looks like Wednesday, got a couple of basketball games on the docket for Stout. Women's basketball is going to be taking on Bethel University, and then the men's basketball team is going to be taking on McAllister College in St. Paul, Minnesota. So there's your quick local sports roundup, again brought to you by our good friends from Carpet City Flooring Center in Eau Claire.